Welcome, Metis warriors. In the last 4 years of CSAT, from 2020 to 2025, a dangerous trend has emerged. Students who relied on NCR and NPR formulas were consistently trapped. UPSC has stopped testing your ability to arrange items and started testing your logical counting engine. UPSC has stopped testing your ability to arrange items and started testing your logical counting engine. Today, we categorize the chaos into 4 question families using actual problems from your seniors' papers. Let's build a system that works under pressure for permutations and combinations. Here are 4 families. We classified into 4 families. The family number 1 is we are going to discuss, that is what is the family number 1, that is restricted digits and pins. This is also called anchor theory. This is called as anchor theory. What is the anchor theory? What is a restricted digits questions and pins question? Let me explain. This family is built on handcuffle logic. What is handcuffle logic here? UPSC gives you a set of numbers but forces them into a specific relationship like decreasing order or specific gaps, etc. So, standard formulas fail here because they cannot account for moving arithmetic constraints. So, you must see fixed anchor logic to fix one variable and see how others react. This family is built on handcuff logic. UPSC gives you a set of numbers but force them into a specific relationship like decreasing order or specific gaps. So standard formulas here fail. Why? Because they cannot account for moving arithmetic constraints. So you must see fixed anchor logic here to fix one variable and see how others react. So let me take one previous year's questions from 2024 to 2025 pattern. That is the question like this. Consider a 3-digit pin using digits 1 to 9, where digits are in decreasing order and any two digits differ by at least 2. This is the actual question. After reading the question, we have to understand what the examiner say and what the examiner wants from ourselves like students. So we have to, they given using digits 1 to 9. So we have to fix the anchor first. We have to fix the anchor at 9. We have to fix the anchor number 9. So the next must be 7 or less, because in the question they given two digits differ by at least 2. So we have to take the number between 9 minus 2, that is 7 or less. If the second one is 7 and the third must be 5 or less, because two digits differ, that is at least 2. So this gives like this: 975, 974 and 973, 972 and 971. These are the 5 cases. These are the 5 cases. So let me take after 9. We have to take anchor. We have to check the anchor at 8. How many cases we will get here? The next number is 6. Between 8 minus 2 is 6. 2, at least 2 digits. 2 differs, decreasing. And the third is 4 or less, giving 4 cases. In this way, let's we take 7 number, 7, 5, 3, 1, that is 3 cases. 6, 6, 4, 2, that is the 2 cases. 5, 3, this is the one case only. 3 to 1, 5, 3 to 1, this is one case. So what is the conclusion here is, following this pattern, when you set the anchor 9, it 5 cases, then 8 4 cases, 7 3 cases, 6 2 cases, 5 1 cases, then 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, that is we got 15 total pins. This is the answer here. So fix your anchor first. The system counts itself, because when you identify the anchor and fix the anchor, the way you solving the answer is easily, quickly, and absolutely. So you have to read the question very carefully. While you are reading, you have to understand the question itself. Then understand the question, you have to fix the anchor like this. Then only you can easily solve the question in the CSAT for permutations and combinations is concerned. This is the family number 1. This is family number 1, that is restricted digits and pins. Then we are moving to the family number 2, that is geometric grid logic. This is also called as the subtraction theory. This is also called as subtraction theory. What is the geometric grid logic? What is the subtraction theory? Regarding this family uses geometry to hide a combination problem. This family uses geometry to hide a combination problem. The core theory is validity filtering. The core theory is validity filtering. Instead of trying to find every possible triangle, we calculate the absolute total and then aggressively subtract the dead cases. Points that are, what are the dead cases here? Points that are collinear, and content cannot physically form a shape. Let me repeat it once again. The family, geometric grid logic family, that is subtraction theory, is called as, this family uses geometry to hide a combination problem. The core theory is here validity filtering the core theory here. Instead of trying to find every possible triangle, because we calculate the absolute total and then aggressively subtract the dead cases. What are the dead cases here is points that are collinear and cannot physically form a shape. So this is the theory. This is the actual validity filtering. So let me take one question from 2023 CSAT for easily understandable. Points are chosen on the sides of square. On the sides of square. One on AB, one on CD, two on BC, and two on DA. There are square, 4 sides. You may already know one square has 4 sides. So how many distinct triangles can be drawn using these 6 points? This is the question. The question here is, points are chosen on the sides of a square. 1 on AB, 1 on CD, 2 on BC, and 2 on DA. How many distinct triangles can be drawn using these 6 points? This is the question. You already know about one square has 4 sides. So, what is the solution here is pick 3 points from 6C3, which is 20, which is 20, 6, 6C3. A triangle is impossible if 3 points are on the same straight line. You already know. Triangle is impossible if 3 points are in the same straight line. So in this specific grid, no side has 3 points. Therefore, all 20 combinations are valid here. So your job is to prove the impossible. So you have to understand and identify the core logic. A triangle is impossible if 3 points are on the same straight line. So this is the specific grid. No side has 3 points. Therefore, all 20 combinations are valid. Your job is to what? Prove the impossible. So we are moving to the next family, that is family number 3, gaps and neighbors. This is also called as the structure theory. What is the structure theory? What is the gaps and neighbors? The family tests your ability to control internal versus external permutations. Standard formulas treat all slots as equal, but here certain slots are reserved for specific items. We use the slot filing method to build a skeleton of the allowed positions first. Then we permute the items into those fixed slots. What is the gaps and neighbors theory is? Family is the family tests your ability to control internal versus external permutations. Please focus. Internal versus external permutations. Standard formulas treat all slots as equal, but here certain slots are reserved for specific items. So we use the slot filing method to build a skeleton of the allowed positions first. So build the skeleton before permutation. Then we permute items into those fixed slots. Let me take one PYQ from 2023 CSAT paper. Through this, you can easily understand the question like this. How many distinct 8-digit numbers can be formed from 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, such that odd digits occupy odd positions and even digits occupy even positions? This is the actual question. How many distinct 8-digit numbers can be formed from 11, 22, 33, 44, such that odd digits occupy and odd positions and even digits occupy even positions? This is the question here. How can we solve this question? First, you have to take skeleton. What is the skeleton here? Slots 1, 3, 5, 7 are reserved for 1, 1, 3, 3 because they are given odd positions, odd digits in the question itself. So slots 2, 4, 6, 8 are reserved for even numbers 2 to 4, 4. So what is the internal count here is 1, 1, 3, 3. The ways to arrange them as 4, 2, 2, like equal to 6 ways. The same applies to the even digits also. Multiply the structures. 6 odd multiply with 6 evens. So 6 6 are 36 total numbers. If you don't control the skeleton first, the question will control you. So half of the answer in the question itself, you have to identify while you are reading the question, understand as well as identify. The answer is always rather than mostly in the question itself. So then we are moving to the real world partition next to family. That is, what is the real world family? This is also called as reduction theory. What is the reduction theory here is, this is the partitioning family where you must break a large total into specific integer parts. Standard permutation and combination formulas assumes items are distinct, but here runs or coins are often identical. The theory is systematic reduction always start with the highest value constraint to reduce the complexity of the remaining sum. Let me explain simply. What is the real world partitions here is the reduction theory. What is the partition family? Where you must break a large total into specific integer parts. That is systemic reduction. Start from the largest value. Where standard permutations and combination formulas assume items are distinct. Standard permutations and combination formulas assume items are distinct, but here runs or kinds are often identical. The theory is here systematic reduction. Always start with the highest value or largest value constraint to reduce the complexity of the remaining sum. We have to start with largest value. Why we have to start with largest value? To reduce the complexity of the remaining sum. So let me take one PYQ 2024 CSAT example. You may easily understand. Here the question is, a batsman scores exactly 25 runs using only singles, fours and sixes. How many scoring combinations are possible? This is the actual question. A batsman scores exactly 25 runs using what he is using: singles, fours and sixes. 3 items only. How many scoring combinations are possible? Let me take reduce largest value, reduce via sixes. If he hits 4 sixes, 24 runs. He needs one more run, one way, one single. So this is the actual pattern we have to take from largest value. Then we think once, if he hits 3 6s, 18 runs, he needs 7 more. He can get 7 runs via 1 4 3 singles, means 3 ones, or 7 ones, two ways. This is two ways. So continue this reduction for 2 6s, 1 6 and 0 6s. By anchoring the largest value first, you turn a messy problem into a predictable list. So this is the way you have to solve the question. We have to take the parameters under consideration which will given in the question itself. Otherwise, the question, the answer will be messy. The problem will be messy. So you have to take largest value. Like from 6s, if he hits 4 6s, 24 runs, he needs one more run, one way, one single. So you have to understand the systematic reduction. Use only singles, fours and sixes. You have to understand this question. In this way, you have to reduce the reduction from systematically by anchoring the largest value first, so that you turn a messy problem into a predictable list. So UPSC content must be understood, not just memorized. These four families show that the logical continuing engine is the only way to qualify CSAT consistently. Like the restricted digits and pins family, and the geometric grid logic family, gaps and neighbors family, and the final is the real world partitions family. So the logical counting engine is the only way to qualify CSAT consistently using these four families. So go to your CSAT and solve the questions regarding permutations and combinations. And one more thing, go to your Metis Telegram and download Logic Sheet 3C. It contains 25 questions specifically designed for these four families. Identify the theory, fix your anchor, and solve the questions. I am Niranjan Ankilla at Metis. We build thinking systems, not rote learning, not memorization. We follow the patterns. We understand the logic. So I will see you in the next class. All the best and thank you.